Hi, I'm Dr. Victor Quavvis, and welcome to T.E.A.M Podcast, where together, everyone achieves more. Today, we're together here with Michael Grosso, who's running for state representative in the 71st District. Michael, welcome to the show today. I know you've been here a few times, but we got to get the word out. We got to get the word out.
Agree.
We got to keep pushing. I want to thank you for your service. I know that you're currently serving as a Board of Alderman member. But Mike, I brought you on today because I know you need to make a push to get the vote out on August 11th.
Correct.
One of your biggest issues in politics, period, is accountability and transparency. I hear that from you. It's your platform. It's part of your platform. You have a lot of things on your platform, but that is one of your main issues because government likes to disguise a lot of things. You've been on the show before. We talked about government overreach, taxation, your energy bill that you're thinking of coming out with, and accountability and transparency, right? Parental rights, freedom of people's rights with vaccinations. You have so much on your plate, but Middlebury people, Waterbury people, they appreciate you. You have a lot of support on both sides. I think you're going to do well. But Mike, headed here in the next couple of weeks, leading up into the election, you want to talk about accountability, transparency. What will Michael Grosso do in terms of accountability and transparency being in state government representing Middlebury and Waterbury?
Well, first of all, I'll be present in my district to know what it is I need to fight for in Hartford.
When you say present, what do you mean, Michael? Just kind of clear that up for some of the listeners and viewers.
So in other words, I will be active in my community, talking to the people that I represent.
Understood.
So I know what it is that they want me to fight for. I'm not going to Hartford to be a state rep for myself. I'm going to Hartford to be a state rep for the people of the 71st District and Connecticut as a whole. So me sitting home and formulating ideas of what I want is not the way you effectively run as a state rep. You have to be out in your community and hearing what the issues are, what the concerns are of the people that you represent, and take those to Hartford and fight for them.
I like that, Mike. I like that. I like the whole concept.
Thank you. As far as accountability and transparency with that, when I hear what it is that people want, and I tell them that I'm going to go there and fight for it, I'm going to let the community know this is what happened. This is what I fought for. And this is what we got. Whether it's good news or bad news, either way, obviously, unless we have a miraculous turnaround, we're still going to be more Democrat than Republican. So not everything that is on my wish list is probably going to get passed, but I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure it does. So what I would like to do that I don't see right now, because I've never received one of these in my mail. I know we get, I believe it's a stipend of around for a state rep of around $4,500, $5,500 for materials and stuff like that. I would like to, when I get elected as state rep, to do a quarterly newsletter to the people in the 71st
I think they do that
district.
now. They do some of that now.
I never see it.
Well, that's a great point, because I know they do it in other districts, because I know when I was in the 75th, the representative there, Geraldo Reyes, I would get every quarter or every month, I would get a mailer from them. So that's in their budget. If you're not getting it in the 71st, you know what that tells me?
I've never got it.
Then Pizzuto's not doing his job. That's what that tells me. Or he may be doing his job in Middlebury and mailing it to folks in Middlebury, and he's disregarding Waterbury voters.
I can't say what it is, so I'm not going to speculate.
I'm not speculating. I'm just saying, if you live in town plot, you are a regular voter who is on the prime voter list, right? So if I'm a state rep in the first, when Tony D'Amelio was running, when he was in office, Were you in town plot?
Yes.
Did you get mail from him?
I believe so. I mean, we're going back
Okay,
a while.
well, my point is, Mike, this leads me to another question. And, I want to wrap this up. I know you got to go to another event. And I just want to say this to you, Mike. If you can give the viewers in Middlebury and Waterbury and the voters in Waterbury your explanation, and I'm not asking you to bash your opponent, what will you do better for your constituents in the community that he's not doing?
Well, number one, like I said before, I will be present in my community. I will be approachable, reachable. I will respond. I will be at events in my district. I will be at neighborhood council meetings.
That's where you draw the information of what people are hurting and need.
No,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
important. Yeah.
I mean, if you're not willing to hear from the people who voted you in, then what's your purpose of
You
being
can't just
a
come
state
around when it's election time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
exactly right. You're not an effective state representative if your only time in the district is when you're coming around looking for an endorsement.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'll say it frankly. We all intersect at some point. Friends, we have Republican friends, Democratic friends, but we have a team, right? If you're a Yankee, you're a Yankee. If you're a Red Sox, you're a Red Sox, right? And Mr. Pizzuto has certainly aligned himself in many instances publicly in Waterbury and also in Middlebury with folks from other parties during big elections. I'm not going to draw back in history, but people need to know that. People need to know that when you ran against Cavallo, you were an endorsed candidate, and he was out there helping the non-endorsed candidate try to beat you, who was the endorsed candidate. And in politics, that's a no-no. You do have the right, if anything, have some dignity and respect to stay out of it. I mean, and that's a smart play, right? And
or at the very least, hear
you out.
Yeah, hear what my platform is.
Right.
Before you go endorsing either one of us, you should hear both of our platforms, and then you make an informed decision. And hey, you know what? If you heard my platform and you didn't like it, and you decided to endorse the other person, so be it. That's the freedom we have in this country. But at the very least, you owe me, a few minutes of your time to hear my platform,
right?
To know where I stand, and then you make your decision.
Yeah.
That's called accountability, and that's called making an informed decision.
Right.
You can't make an informed decision if you don't know why I'm running and you just chose to back another candidate.
Well, Mike,
like I said, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm here because I feel like I could represent this district in a better way. I feel like I can take the time to be in the district, to hear the people out, to hear their concerns, the things they like about what they hear, which I'm sure is probably not a whole lot.
That's called active engagement, which is, there's a lack thereof right now with your current representative. I hear from a few other people, and I'm not speaking back.
And I think that's probably across, well, not
in
everybody,
a lot of districts,
but there's a lot of districts where people are not being. The biggest thing I hear is people are not being heard.
No,
they feel like their voice is not heard in Hartford. Even when people are up there, when that standard of care bill was up there, there was, a lot of people that went up to the Capitol to voice their dissent.
They were from that in particular district, and nobody wanted to hear it.
Nobody wanted to hear it.
It happens, Mike. And listen, Mike, I want to thank you for coming on, but more importantly, I want to let the listeners know, follow Mike on his Facebook, which is Mike Grosso, and also Mike Grosso for the 71st, for state representative in the 71st district.
Correct.
You can go on his DM him if you want to be part of his election team, getting out to vote, making phone calls, knocking on doors. You have an event coming up. sometime at the end of July up at Chase Park House. I know you had mentioned before when you were on here, but Mike, I want to wish you luck. And if anybody doesn't know Mike Grosso and you want to see him fight for the people, trust me, turn on YouTube, watch Board of Alderman meetings. I got to watch a few, and you were asking some tough questions, some real uncomfortable questions to certain individuals. And it was fun to watch because people were treading waters carefully. And you're basically asking the questions that were never asked before. They need to be asked. You dig deep and you do your due diligence. And I appreciate
It's all doing your job.
Listen, I appreciate your due diligence, Mike.
Thanks.
Pleasure to have you on. Again, Dr.
Appreciate
Victor
it.
Quavvis
Thank you.
here. Team Podcast. Love having Michael Grosso on. Have him on again. Maybe post your victory. We'll be back.
That'd be
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
God bless.